Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurazo here, coming at you guys with a double upload today. Yes, we got Maze of Masters revealed, and that set looks a lot better than a lot of us thought, which is good because I love it when Konami starts improving sets, all of that. You guys could check my last video for my reaction going over the set and all that. But we've got a lot of buyouts pertaining to the reveals. A lot of them aren't that shocking, to be perfectly honest here. But we got some other cards you probably haven't expected to go up. Now, before we begin this video, I do want to say, guys, if you're buying any cards off TCG Player, use my affiliate link down in the description below. You can use it for anything. And guys, it's important that whenever you're buying anything on TCG Player, you use that link. It really does help me out a lot when you use that link to purchase stuff. And it helps keep me going. It's even better than probably being a YouTube channel member, which if you do want to support, consider being a YouTube channel member. The goal is 25 to 35. So if you want to be a YouTube channel member, that'd be great. Subscribe if you haven't already. And like always, smash that like button. 100 likes on this video would be awesome. I would love to see it. And we're just going to get right into this here. So 7th Ascension is $76. Honestly, that is criminal, but they are selling for upper 40s here. Like, this isn't something new here. People were trying to pick them up when they were 20s. Everyone knew this would be a lot of money. Nobody's super shocked about this. However, people are still going to wait till the last minute to buy their stuff. I'm saying this right now. If you feel like gambling on boxes, the pull ratios on this set personally, in my opinion, are for this card is pretty bad. Like, I think I only pulled 1 out of 6 boxes. I don't know the exact pull rates on this because not only is this set old, but I only remember my openings from it, and maybe I just got unlucky. I can't give you guys, it's hard to pull. I opened up 6 boxes and I didn't get it, when all I did was open up 6 boxes. Anyone could get a weird ratio if they only open up half a case. It's not shocking, but do your research on it. You might want to consider getting these boxes. At least you have, like, you know, fish sonar and a droplet and possible ghost to, like, you know, equalize the cost. Because if you pull one of this, you're still pulling like 2 other ultras and possibly a ghost. So you could get a little more bang for your buck. But I expect this to go down a little bit here. $80, way too much. Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon. The QCs are $9, going up to 10 here. 16 listings. I'm actually going to refresh the page because I had this tab open for a little bit. 14, yeah, goes up to 10. Galaxy buyouts galore. You got Galaxy Soldier here, still at like $3-5 though. So a lot of people are looking forward to Galaxy. This is the highest rarity. I'm actually shocked this wasn't a QC somewhere. Because I thought it would be a very good QC for, like, say our 25th anniversary tins. I would have loved to see this over there. Tachyon Transmigration. I've talked about this card at $5-6 so many times. I said, guys, you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. Are you prepared? Did you get it at $5-6? I don't think so. Yep, $15, $17, $19, $30. And remember, this is only like the first hour and a half of Maze. So by the end of today, it could be $20. It could calm down a little, but nobody has world superstars in their bulk. Like, this is not a set you find, really. I'm not saying this set is amazing, granted. I mean, I could talk about this set for a while, but wow. It's one of those sets where, like, the sealed is worth so much money because it's so hard to get, but the singular cards are so cheap. Like, even the heavy hitters are like this. So it's like, wow. Number C62, $1.33, $2. I mean, I just opened up these tabs recently, but yeah, this card could go up a little bit higher. I expect it to kind of organically go up in the next week or so, so just keep an eye out on it. 104, this card's also not exactly bought out, but lower on listings. You have 68 listings though right there, so you should be fine at $1.50. C102, another card that people are looking at because of this, 27 for your near mints. Going up to $35.40 with your C102 supers at $9, $10. You also have your MP15s at like $8, $9, $10 there. So yeah, card is getting bought out as well. Phonic Advent. Someone told me, hey Saki, can you please look over this card and I'll subscribe, which is funny because they were already subbed. But I'm gonna look over it anyway. Because of all the Phonic stuff, I was like, why did we get this card in the tins and they didn't give us this in the actual set? That's actually kind of funny to me. But yeah, this card, it's bulk. It's not anything, but it's cool. You could have it. Argostars. Now, I told people about the Maze set 15 times. Like, literally, in the last, like, 10 market watches, I've went over this card, like, or mentioned Argostars somewhere, like, 7 out of 10 of the times. And if you got them at $3, yeah, we could sit here and tell you it's a $10 card, or we can actually look and see it's 15. If you got them at $3, guess what happened? You won big time. You won big time. If you got this, you won big time. The next page shows these $18. Yeah. Can this card replenish itself? I mean, yeah, I know vendors probably have a lot of this and blah, 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 but like we saw walls of like 100, 200. Like we saw walls of this. We go to the sales here, like they're all here. You know, they're all selling like 12, you know, right here. European English. Oh, that's cool. So they are selling like hotcakes. So just keep an eye out on it. Your QCs today are like 45. They were around 35, so a $10 increase isn't like something insane here, but it does go up to 50 here. You only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 on the market here. You see all these bought today. I mean, it's incredible how many were bought out today. Yeah. Hopefully, and if the deck does something, it's going to hold good prices. Gravekeeper's Spy QC. Now, Stampede, or not Stampede. Sometimes I call it Bonanza Stampede. I gotta stop doing that. Bonanza has some very interesting QC buyouts recently, and I want to go over them. $17 for your Spy. That's quite a bit. Going up to $20 for your QC Spies here. Your Jinzo QCs are $70, going up to $100, $95, $100. Honestly, as someone who's gotten the Plats, I feel bad I didn't get the QCs, but the QCs were always, pretty inflated. A lot of people are now going back to this set now that it's really out of circulation, and I actually want to show that real quick. These boxes are hard to find. They're $135, like 155. I'm at the point where I was going to open up one of my boxes for fun, and now I'm kind of considering not doing so. I got them at about 105, and if they do keep going up here to that 228, I'd probably rather sell the seal than call it a day. And then we have what else here? But yeah, just that spot out. We've got the quarter century Bonanza tuck boxes. I don't know why they call them tuck boxes. That's like very, very weird to me. But these are very good to grab right now as well. If you find them at like random Walmarts, whatever, not bad at all. But yeah, Jinzo's getting bought out. Summon Skull. I actually picked up the QC recently. I'm not kidding. A guy had it and he wanted to move like all his stuff. And right now they're 41, 43, going up to $47, $50. I remember I didn't pay what I wanted for the lot. Let's just say that it was not bad what I paid for it, but it wasn't good. It was very, it was one of the only times where I did a deal and I went to somebody else and I asked, what do you think of this? It's very rare I do that, but I'm like, you know what? I want an outside opinion, for this, just see how I'm feeling. Well, one of the cards, which was Summon Skull, which was in that lot, was 30 at the time when it was calced up. Now it's like 50. So the lot went up by $20. So I'm feeling a little less bad about it now. Winged Dragon of Ra QC. We have the other ones, but they're 46. I told people this was a great QC to get. I actually still have mine. I actually pulled it from a channel member's videos. And I said, no, I'm not getting rid of this. And you know what? I'm glad. I at least have one of them. Dark Paladin. This is a QC I do have. $52 is way too much, going up to 60. It's just incredibly insane to see this card at this price. Red Eyes Darkness Metal, they're 43, going up to 45. You know what? I don't like how it goes up to 90 here at all. I'm going to be perfectly honest with y'all. I'm actually going to look at this card as well. But 43, 45, I mean, this card, we have all these dragon decks. It's meta relevant. It's in the nostalgia pool. This card is great. This card should have been part of the main set. Like, we shouldn't have had stuff like Clockwork Knight in the main set, Medolce Salon, and I love Medolce. It's my favorite deck. We should have had any of that. This should have been part of the main set. By far, this didn't need to be put in the nostalgia set. Blackluster Soldier here, they're like 65, 70. So it's around the same price it has been. So nothing really changed too much there, but lower on listings. Gearsu here, people are revving up for that Orcust stuff. You got 24 here, which is like, okay, cool. But then you go over here and you see $34. I got my copies at like 15 here. I didn't expect them to go up to 35 this quickly, especially when you have cards like Harp Horror, which, I mean, they're going up 150, 160. They're going to 175, 215. So the card is going up as well. There is that. And then let's see if we can find Galatea here. Are we good enough? Okay, Galatea is not here. Galatea QCs. What are y'all at? 15, 16. I guess something that I gotta know is this card I know this is part of the main set, but is Girsu also part of the main set? Because it's kind of odd that this card hasn't gone up as much. Granted, this card was like $7 when it came out. Like, it was very... Yeah, it was $5 there. So if you got them at 5s, you really won. Graceful Charity, QC. These are 30, 35. Now, I actually want this card. I love Graceful Charity. It's one of, like, my, like, top 10 favorite, like, OG spell cards, if that makes sense. I have Hobby League. I have Legendary Collection, Yugi Secrets. I have quite a bit here, and honestly, I really wish OTS would start printing these banned cards in ulti and give us like 4 ultis per OTS. I guess it wouldn't be as plentiful. Maybe there's a different way to do it, honestly. This is just me spitballing ideas. I just was like, I look at this card, I'm like, man, it wouldn't be cool to have like an OG ulti. Oh, they could put an OTS, but OTS is like bad quality anyway, so... It is what it is. Slifer QC, these are like 2730, 14 listings. Obelisk here, 2830. Now, I don't have to tell you guys that these buyouts are coordinated, right? And I'm actually going to talk about that very quickly here. Look, if all the gods went up at the same time, sure, you know, I guess that could make sense. But you've got all the QCs that I've gone over and, like, you know, that are legacy-wise. You can even see it, like, with Ultimate as well, like $50, $55. Way too much for this card, personally. But you can see all these cards that are getting bought out that are old school, and it's like, oh, it's not because we're getting like a random Jinzo archetype revamp or nothing like that. People that are like buyouts, like either in like market watch groups or, you know, the high-end baller collectors, you know, sometimes they're in groups, they talk about what they should get, what they want to get, what they might want to drive up the price. There's always hidden agendas out there for these Yu-Gi-Oh markets, always at the same time, and they've decided to go in on Bonanza again, okay? It isn't a coincidence that all of these are bought, and I'm not gonna be like, wow, guys, all of these old cards are going up. I wonder why. No, I know why. People are pulling shit behind the scenes. That's just how, I'm just telling you guys what it is, okay? If like a random one of these cards, like Summon Skull randomly went up, okay, maybe there's a speculation. It could still be something like, oh, there's a group out there that decided to buy this out, or someone with high-end pockets, right? That is another thing. Someone really could have came with like 15 grand and bought a lot of these QCs. That is definitely possible. Do I think that happen? It's possible. I mean, people spend more on games all the time. 15 grand, and especially if you could double it, who knows? Also, I'm not a financial advisor, just in case y'all did not know. And you guys are probably thinking, oh, don't you say that every video? Yeah. Engage. QCs are 55, 60, 85. I got this when it was around, I think I paid 35 for mine. Or like 30. No, actually, no, I paid 30. Because the guy wanted something for $5. But basically 35. And I was like, you know what? I'll just have it for now and see how it goes. And then it went up and I got rid of it. And it was pretty insane. Heavy Storm here. These are 70. I have this QC and I'm really happy about that. I actually talked about the plats as well. And that's something I actually want to go over. What are the platinums at? $5, $7, $10. I mean, I always tell people, these plats, if you want to sleep on them when they are like less than 5%, you could, but then you're just losing money. It's just really, it's a very easy thing to get platinums. I think platinums are the way to go a lot. That's kind of the new way to get, you know, invest in the future, at least in my perspective, in my opinion. That's how I at least see it right now. Have you guys hit that like button yet, by the way? If you haven't, what are you doing? Smash that like button. You guys love the double upload. Here you guys go. You guys know the deal. Mulcharmy Purulia, Infinite Forbidden. Now, this card is reprinted Maze of Memories. And I did get the question. Saki, do you think this is going to be an A, Stampede, and B, when should we pick this card up? Because some people thought, apparently there was one guy who thought that this would be in Maze, which is like a little surprising to me. I'm not going to say it would have been completely impossible, but now you have to ask the question, is it going to be in Maze and Stampede? My honest opinion, I'm leaning towards no. However, Konami likes to double dip with their reprints. We've seen it with Diviner of the Herald, where they made an Ulti and a QC within 2.5 weeks, right? They'll make something in Ultra and put it in Rarity Collection 2 within a month. Absolutely. That's possible, right? So, we're not, to use the logic, and that's like, this is kind of sad about the game, to use logic that makes sense can deter you from an actual predictable outcome. That's really unfortunate, but it just is what it is. This card absolutely can be in Stampede. So here's what I'm going to tell you the best plan to do here. It's going to be a little risky, but it is how it is. First thing you're going to do is the secrets here are 30 bucks. We're going to refresh the page. This tab's been open for like, 20 minutes, or maybe they're a little lower. No, they're still 29. Basically 30 bucks, 30, 32. What I would do with this card is, first of all, I told people you should just move it already because if you're not playing in events. So if you already moved this card, good job. You probably moved it around 40s to 50s. This card is obviously needed well. So what you need to do is look at how much the Ultra is for pre-sale and determine if it is worth getting it right now and saving time. Not to get for the future, because I would personally not. But let's say the Ultra is a sneak peek and it's like 15 bucks, right? If it's 20, I wouldn't bother. 15 bucks isn't good, but at least with $15, you're like, okay, do I want to spend 45 on a set so I have it much earlier? And even if it's in set B, at least I got it earlier and it'll be worth like $1, $2, right? Okay, cool. Now, you can also look at these secrets in like a few days or a week and be like, wow, these dropped. Let's say these dropped to like $20, $18, right? Which I expect this to drop a lot more. This isn't the real price. People are trying to offload right now because of that reprint. So when we get this, people are going to be like, oh, it's $18, $20. Maybe it could drop further, blah, blah. If this card is in Stampede, okay, well, it'll probably go to 10 bucks. But you at least retained a lot of your value. You got your copies. You got them early to play. And you were safe in case it wasn't. And the reason why I would kind of maybe play it that way is because if this is not in Stampede and everyone's selling because they're going to drop it because they're scared of it being in Stampede plus the Ultra reprint, let's say these drop to 20 or less or a little less, and then you get them and they're not in Stampede, boy, you played it well. You got it. You're good. All that. This, or what you could do, and this is the risky part, is you really could just be like, okay, I am going to monitor when we are getting leaks / reveals or looking at, and leaks aren't always 100%. I understand that, but that's the game you play with leaks. What you could do is you could go, oh, once it's revealed and or creators start opening it, I'm going to keep an eye on all of it. And the second I could see a purulia, I don't have to get these. Or the second I see that the list came out and most of the cards are revealed, or all of them most likely, and I don't see purulia, I immediately come here and try to shotgun the copies. That's kind of the best way to play it. I'm not, again, this is not all for entertainment purposes. That is how I would play this card. There's not a really easy way or guaranteed way because this could kind of flip-flop anywhere. I'm going to say right now, and I'm not going to be like, oh, I told you so on this one, like I told you with Argostars and not Transmigration Prophecy, what's this card called? Tachyon Transmigration, right? I'm not going to be like, oh, I told you so, because it's kind of like, it's hard. It's really hard to really know. In fact, where's my, there it is. I'm not going to be like, oh, I told you so, because again, it's very hard to actually predict some of these cards and these trends sometimes. I'm going to lean more towards it should probably not be in Stampede. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. So, take it with a grain of salt. That's the best way to play it. Your QCs are like 180. Fine. That's fair. Sure. Nothing really to say there. I have Supreme Darkness over here. I think I was looking at some other stuff. Clockwork Knight is a card that's also slowly going up. These are like $3 or $4 now. I'm going to tell you this right now. As we get a little closer to Alliance Insight, this is going to have a buyout. I don't know how amazing that buyout's going to do, but it's going to be a buyout. You also have the QC. I want to take a look at this, actually. Where are you here? These were like almost 30. Now they're like 32. Kind of creeping onto that $35 mark. Again, it's probably going to go up for a little while. Is this card going to do anything in the meta relevance for a while? I don't really know. Machines are always fun. I have enough people who like the deck, maybe. It's interesting. I'll tell you that. And it's definitely something that's a little more generic. Because it does add Clockwork Knight. And then, but to send one face-up continuous spell to add a Clockwork Knight sucks. But, I mean, you could tribute a machine to special from deck. So it's like, it's interesting. Or not from deck. From special from game. You know what? Maybe it's not as good generically without Clockwork Knight. I don't know. I'm not too educated on the machine decks. Tenyi Spirit Surya, a lot of people were talking about this. I said this was a good QC. It's not bad at 30s. Now there's 71 going up to 95, 150. A lot of people are excited for this QC. Plus, it looks beautiful. These secrets are $8, $9. That's not bad for secrets. And then we have Ether Barrel. Now, a lot of people are buying this card. I saw this card getting bought out in real time. There are 42s here. The issue is I think this card will get reprinted quite quickly, but it is a very recently new card. This card is like a month old, not even, I think. About a month now. I think Supreme Darkness is about a month old at this point, actually. Maybe like a month and a week. Will this be in Monstrous? Well, that's a very short time to get a reprint, so I'd be very shocked. But because this card is played with Load and Load is getting that reprint, a lot of the value from Load is going to switch on to Barrel. And that's the thing with these cards. Whenever you see an engine and that's like meta relevant and some of it gets reprinted, the value really just goes to the cards that aren't reprinted. If you have like an engine and let's say it's worth like $200 and you have like, let's say 3 cards, right? One's worth 100, one's worth 40, and like one's worth 10, right? And let's say you play like, 3 copies of each or like some type of random ratio. Let's say they reprint the $100 card, that $40 card and that $10 card are going to go up. I'm not saying it's going to go up exactly, as either barrel only went up like say $10, while as Load here, went down. Let's say they're $70, went down maybe 15, 20, right? So plus the reprint's still a long ways away from this card, so it's going to hold a lot of value. So you're not really screwed if you got this card, because you could get out. But with that being said, Rage of the Abyss is still a very good set to grab. I mean, you got Fawals is still worth money for now if you get rid of them quickly. The QCs are great. Dominus Impulse here is, how much are you today? 65, 67. With that, we got that new Dominus card out of Alliance. Expect this to go even crazier. And with that being said, guys, leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe. Guys, it's important to use that TCG affiliate link to buy cards. Just remember for it. You could favorite it. I think that probably works. I'm not really too sure. I know it could be really annoying, but it really does help me out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.